Hello bacha log, this is Ashish once again on this platform Infinity Learn by Sri Chaitanya. As you all know, we are discussing the PYQs of different and important topics of covering all the topics of class 11th and class 12th. So in this particular workshop, I have picked 3D geometry, right? In the previous workshop, we did about vectors, vector algebra, where we played around with the different concepts. So right now, in this particular workshop that we are going to do it today, we would be talking about 3D geometry. Now 3D geometry once again, right? Mains mein kaisa, right? There are 25 problems or 30 problems, out of which 5 we have to leave, right? So there are 30 problems, and in total there are close to 24-25 topics in mathematics in 11th and 12th. So in short, हर एक टॉपिक से एक क्वेश्चन तो आने ही वाला है, दैट इज फॉर श्योर. सो नो मैटर आई एम टीचिंग 3D ज्योमेट्री और एरियाज और इंटीग्रेशन और कॉम्प्लेक्स नंबर और ट्रिग्नोमेट्री, one question from each of your chapter would be there inside the examination hall. Now the questions can be easy, moderate and difficult. So the one thing that I always advise to each of my students is that if you're not liking any particular topic, for example let's say complex number, you are putting your efforts but still you are not being able to comprehend it, make sure that at least you are being able to solve the easy or medium or let's say slightly below medium questions. इतना भी अगर अपन ने कर लिया ना, then also we are at a very good situation or a platform. Why is it so? Because see, if a difficult question comes from a particular topic, then most of the students will find it difficult, so they will not be able to solve it. But if an easy problem comes and you are not being able to solve it, then somewhere majority of the population, the majority of the aspirants are leaving you behind, right? Because they have solved the easy problem, you have not. So most of the students would be ahead you. And JEE Mains or JEE Advanced or any competition exam, these exams are about your performance with respect to the other students. So अगर तुम्हें उस बच्चे को बीट करना जो तुमसे आगे निकल चुका है, मतलब he has got 4 more marks as compared to you, तो अभी तुम्हें easy तो तुम भी solve करोगे, वो भी solve करेगा, right? तो तुम्हें उसको बीट करने के लिए 2 moderate या फिर एक moderate एक difficult या फिर 2 difficult question solve करने पड़ेंगे, तभी जाके एक से तो अपन उसके बराबर आएंगे और दूसरे से अपन आगे निकल जाएंगे. यही बेसिक वो एक स्टेप होता है जहाँ पे एक बच्चा एक दूसरे बच्चे से बेटर रैंक निकले के आता है. तो हमें क्या करना है, ऑल दी कंसेप्ट, डोंट लीव इवन वन सिंगल टॉपिक, मेक श्योर यू आर एटलीस्ट गुड इन ऑल ऑफ देम, राइट? किसी में बहुत अच्छे हैं तो दैट इज अ एक्स्ट्रा एडवांटेज, लेकिन छोड़ना किसी टॉपिक को नहीं है. सो विल स्टार्ट विथ 3D ज्योमेट्री नाउ. 3D ज्योमेट्री की अगर अपन बात करें, राइट, सो 3D ज्योमेट्री इज वन ऑफ दोज टॉपिक्स जो एक क्वेश्चन हमेशा देता है और कंसेप्ट के नाम पे कुछ भी नहीं है यार, हलवा चैप्टर है. थोड़ा सा ध्यान से अगर तुम समझोगे कि 3D ज्योमेट्री में हो क्या रहा है, एक ही कंसेप्ट है, उस एक ही कंसेप्ट को ना वो घुमा फिरा के बार बार पूछता रहता है. in a certain question, right, it will use the concept directly. In certain other question it will use the concept घुमा फिरा के, right? But है तो घूम फिर के वही एक concept ही. So in this particular workshop I will make sure that you understand that one particular concept and we will conquer 3D geometry. बट उसके लिए एक लाइक और सब्सक्राइब तो बनता ही है, राइट? और अगर लाइक और सब्सक्राइब कर चुके हो तो फिर शेयर बनता है, राइट? सो राइट नाउ ऑन आवर स्क्रीन वी हैव द फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन. ठीक है, अभी देखो 3D ज्योमेट्री की जब भी अपन बात करते हैं वी टॉक अबाउट प्लेन्स. प्लेन मीन्स अ सरफेस. बेसिकली मैं कैसे डिफाइन करता हूँ कि किसी भी सरफेस को टच करने के लिए अगर मेरे पाम को ऐसे ही स्ट्रेट रहना है तो वो प्लेन कहलाएगा. अगर मेरे हाथ को टर्न करना पड़ा तो वो प्लेन नहीं कहलाएगा. फॉर एग्जाम्पल वॉल, अगर मुझे वॉल को टच करना है तो मैं हाथ ऐसे ही रखूंगा ना वॉल के ऊपर, राइट? तो वॉल इज अ प्लेन. लेकिन सपोज करो लेट्स से देयर इज अ फुटबॉल, इफ आई वांट टू टच द सरफेस ऑफ अ बॉल आई हैव टू कर्व माय हैंड, सो दैट विल नॉट बी अ प्लेन. सो इन शॉर्ट द बेसिक लेमैन डेफिनेशन इज, भैया हाथ ऐसे रखेंगे तो टच होना चाहिए, राइट? सो दैट इज अ प्लेन. अब प्लेन को जब मैं मैथमेटिकल वर्ल्ड में जाके सॉल्व करता हूँ एज फार एज 11th एंड 12th इज कंसर्न और एनी कॉम्पिटिशन एग्जाम इज कंसर्न, देखो प्लेन डिफाइन कौन करता है. अभी सपोज करो मेरे पास एक प्लेन है, राइट? सो प्लेन में खास बात क्या होगी, प्लेन की इक्वेशन अगर तुम्हें कभी भी निकालनी है, सो प्लेन के परपेंडिकुलर एक वेक्टर होगा हमेशा, राइट? प्लेन के परपेंडिकुलर वेक्टर, उसको हम बोलते हैं नॉर्मल वेक्टर, राइट? सो दिस नॉर्मल वेक्टर डिफाइंस अ प्लेन. सो इन एवरी क्वेश्चन दैट आई डू ऑन प्लेन्स, मैं सबसे पहले क्या करता हूँ, नॉर्मल कैसे निकलेगा. इफ आई कैन फाइंड आउट द नॉर्मल, ट्रस्ट मी 99.99% ऑफ द क्वेश्चंस यू विल बी एबल टू सॉल्व इट यूजिंग नॉर्मल. सो नॉर्मल क्या होगा, ये प्लेन है, प्लेन के जो परपेंडिकुलर वेक्टर होता है उसको नॉर्मल बोलते हैं. लेट्स से माय हैंड इज अ प्लेन, सो दिस वेक्टर इज अ नॉर्मल वेक्टर. सो नॉर्मल प्लेन के परपेंडिकुलर है, विच मीन्स नॉर्मल इज परपेंडिकुलर टू एनी वेक्टर इन द प्लेन. No matter what vector you take inside the plane, this normal would be perpendicular. And we have talked about two perpendicular vectors in 3D geometry. When two vectors are perpendicular, their dot product is 0, right? And that concept I would be using everywhere. I'll find the normal, I'll find a vector in the plane, and I will always say the dot product of these two vectors will be equal to 0. That is the only concept that we use in the equation of plane, right? Or in 3D geometry. So let us begin with this particular session and let us solve the example number 1. What is the example number 1, guys? I have a line given, right? So which is x minus 2 by alpha, y minus 2 upon minus 5, z plus 2 upon 2. So whenever a line is given in the Cartesian format, सबसे पहले क्या चीज समझना है, ये जो points होते हैं, these values are the fixed point. Fixed point मतलब कि उस line के ऊपर आने वाला एक point दिया हुआ है तुम्हें, right? तो कोई भी लाइन का तुम यहाँ से एक पॉइंट निकाल सकते हो कि लाइन के ऊपर एक पॉइंट है. नीचे वाले जो नंबर्स होते हैं अल्फा माइनस 5 and 2 गिव्स यू द डायरेक्शन ऑफ द लाइन, बिकॉज वी हैव स्टडीड इन द स्ट्रेट लाइन. इफ आई नो अ पॉइंट थ्रू विच द लाइन इज पासिंग एंड इफ आई नो द डायरेक्शन, द लाइन बिकम्स यूनिक. सो दीज आर द डायरेक्शन. एंड हाउ डू आई यूज इट? x minus 2 upon alpha is equal to y minus 2 upon minus 5 is equal to z plus 2 upon 2. Now, हमेशा क्या करो, put this equal to lambda and find out the values of x, y and z in terms of lambda. For example, what will be the value of x? X will be alpha lambda plus 2, y would be minus 5 lambda plus 2, z would be 2 lambda minus 2. Now, these are the x, y, z. So, any point on a given line, you can write this as x is equal to alpha lambda plus 2, y is equal to minus 5 lambda plus 2 and so on. नाउ लैम्डा की कोई रेस्पेक्टिव वैल्यू होगी जिसके लिए वो पॉइंट होगा. तो यहाँ से मैं हमेशा क्या करता हूँ, एक्स वाई जेड निकाल लेता हूँ लैम्डा की फॉर्म में, और लाइन के ऊपर जब भी कोई पॉइंट चाहिए हो ना, मैं उसी पॉइंट को लैम्डा की फॉर्म में लिख देता हूँ. अनदर कंसेप्ट रिमेंबर, लाइन की इक्वेशन से उस लाइन पे आने वाला किसी भी पॉइंट को अगर रिप्रेजेंट करना है, हम कार्टेशियन फॉर्म में ले जाके 2 लैम्डा प्लस 3, 4 लैम्डा माइनस 7 एंड सो ऑन उस तरह से निकालेंगे. नाउ दिस इज द प्लेन की इक्वेशन. व्हाट इज द प्लेन की इक्वेशन? x प्लस 3y माइनस 2z plus beta is equal to 0, right? Now plane की equation will always be a linear equation in x, y and z. The coefficient of x, y and z, right? Listen to me carefully. The coefficient of x, y and z are basically the direction ratio of your normal. मैंने बोला था ना, we have to find the normal. So if the plane equation is given, then I will look at the coefficient of x, y and z and I know these are the direction ratios of that normal vector. So this particular plane, the direction ratios of the normal vector are 1, 3 and minus 2, right? So this is how we comprehend. So whenever equation of a line is given, दिमाग में क्या आना चाहिए, लाइन के ऊपर कोई भी पॉइंट में लिख सकता हूँ, इक्वल टू लैम्डा करके एक फिक्स पॉइंट निकाल सकता हूँ जो लाइन के ऊपर लाई कर रहा होगा, लाइन का डायरेक्शन निकाल सकता हूँ. प्लेन दिख रहा है तो प्लेन के नॉर्मल वेक्टर्स के dr निकाल सकता हूँ वहाँ से. अब कहानी क्या है, मुझे अल्फा प्लस बीटा की वैल्यू निकालनी है. अब देखो बोल क्या रहा है, लाइन जो है, लाइन लाइज इन द प्लेन. सो प्लेन कैसा होगा तुम्हारा, राइट? प्लेन विल बी स्प्रेडिंग इन ऑल द डायरेक्शन टू इनफाइनाइट. बट विजुअलाइज करने के लिए मैंने यहाँ पे एक रेक्टेंगल बनाया है. तो दिस इज अ प्लेन, और लाइन क्या कर रही है, प्लेन के अंदर लाई कर रही है ना? अब तो देखो, even a class 7 student can solve this. If this line is lying inside the plane, I have a fixed point on the line. What is the fixed point? 2, 2, minus 2, right? Now this line will also lie on the plane. So this will fulfill the equation of the plane, or this will satisfy the equation of the plane, right guys? So I can put 2 comma 2 comma minus 2 in this. So put karo 2 plus 6 plus 4 plus beta is equal to 0. So from here I'll get the value of beta, right? आ गया बीटा अपने पास. चलो अभी क्या निकालना है मुझे, अल्फा. Alpha is the direction of the line. Now I know the normal vector. What are the dr of the normal vector? 1, 3, minus 2. देखो dr का मतलब क्या होता है, dr मतलब तुम स्लोप समझो, राइट? 2D में जो स्लोप होता है ना, वही काम यहाँ पे dr और dc कर रहे होते हैं. तो ये मेरा dr क्या है, डायरेक्शन बता रहा है, राइट. सो आई नो द डायरेक्शन ऑफ द नॉर्मल वेक्टर, dr ऑफ नॉर्मल. अभी I know this normal vector would be perpendicular to anything, right? So this will be perpendicular to my line as well. Now what is my line? My line is this. What are the dr of lines? The directions of line. Directions of line are alpha, -5 and 2. So I know the normal vector would be perpendicular to the line. Hence the dot product will be 0. Now we'll find out the dot product of these two. So dot product would be, right, ai plus bj plus ck, right? So a1 into a2, b1 into b2. Similarly, these are the coefficient of ijk. You can treat them as the coefficient of ijk. So what will be the dot product? Alpha into 1, 3 into -5, -2 into 2. So I'll write alpha into 1 plus 3 into -5 plus -2 into 2. This is equal to 0, right? The dot product is 0. So this becomes alpha -15 -4 is equal to 0. So I got the value of alpha as 19. So alpha is 19. What is beta? Beta is -12. What do I have to find out? Alpha plus beta. Add these two values. What is my answer? Alpha plus beta. Right? Now you can observe whatever concept I was teaching you, I was using the same concept over here. So लाइन आया तो समझ में आया, फिक्स पॉइंट, डायरेक्शन रेशियो और लाइन के ऊपर आने वाले किसी पॉइंट को अपन लैम्डा लिख के निकाल सकते हैं. प्लेन आया तो प्लेन के एक्स वाई जेड के कोएफिशिएंट से मैं नॉर्मल वेक्टर निकाल सकता हूं एंड दैट इज द dr ऑफ माय नॉर्मल वेक्टर. प्लेन की इक्वेशन में प्लेन के अंदर कोई भी पॉइंट, कोई भी वेक्टर अगर आप लोगे, वो वेक्टर हमेशा क्या होगा, नॉर्मल के परपेंडिकुलर होगा. सो डॉट प्रोडक्ट हमेशा 0 करूंगा मैं वहां पे. लेट अस मूव ऑन टू द एग्जांपल नंबर 2. देखो एग्जांपल नंबर 2 क्या बोल रहा है, स्क्वायर ऑफ द डिस्टेंस of the point of intersection of the line and the plane from the point -1, -1, 2. कहानी को विजुअलाइज करते हैं. देखो एक तो मुझे उसने बोला एक प्लेन है, सो देयर इज दिस प्लेन, सो आई कैन राइट द इक्वेशन ऑफ प्लेन इज 2x - y + z is equal to 6. I have a line, right, which is intersecting this plane. So this line is x - 1/2 is equal to y - 2/3 is equal to z + 1/6. Now the square of the distance of the point of intersection, this is P, from some point -1, -1, 2. So Q is -1, -1, 2. मुझे क्या करना है, ये डिस्टेंस निकालना है, राइट. PQ कितना हो रहा होगा. अभी देखो PQ निकालना है तो डिस्टेंस फॉर्मूला लगाना है. फॉर डिस्टेंस फॉर्मूला आई नो द पॉइंट Q, I need to find out the point P. So in short, I have to find the point of intersection of the line with the plane. This is a plane, right? My hand, this is a line. So I have to find this line of intersection. So how do I find the line of intersection? So the point of intersection. The point of intersection is the point of intersection of the line and the plane. So the point of intersection will lie on both these curves, the line and the plane. So line के ऊपर मैं कोई भी point लिख सकता हूँ ना. So मैं क्या करूँगा, इसको lambda बोल दूँगा. और now from here I can say any point on the line x, y, z will be given by 2 lambda plus 1, 3 lambda plus 2, 6 lambda minus 1. So now I got the point on the line. This will represent any point. Lambda के अलग अलग वैल्यूज पुट करूंगा, लाइन के ऊपर अलग अलग पॉइंट्स मिलते जाएंगे. मुझे कौन से पॉइंट में इंटरेस्ट है, ये P पॉइंट में. P पॉइंट में एक और खास बात है, the P point lies on the plane as well. So the equation of the plane will be satisfied by this particular point P. So अभी अपन क्या करेंगे, पॉइंट P को उठा के प्लेन की इक्वेशन में डाल दो, because this P point should satisfy the equation of the plane. So I'll get 2, this is 2, right? Yeah, 2 into x minus 3 lambda plus 2 plus 6 lambda minus 1 is equal to 6. So I get 4 lambda plus 6 lambda, 10 lambda, 10 minus 3 is 7 lambda. So 2 minus 2 is equal to 7. So I got lambda is equal to 1, right? If I know the lambda, I got the point P, right? Put the value of lambda is 1, so I get the point P. Point P coordinates are, lambda को 1 डाल दो, 3, 5, 5, right? I have replaced lambda by 1, so I got 3, 5, 5. Now Q is -1, -1, 2 and P is 3, 5, 5. So I have to find the distance between PQ, right? So distance of PQ, I will use the distance formula under root of x2 minus x1. So 3 minus of minus 1, that is 4, square is 16, plus y2 minus y1, that is 36, plus z2 minus z1 whole square, that is 9. How much is this? Under root of 36 plus 9, that is 45, 45, 55 and 61. So PQ is how much? Root 61. I have to find out the square of this distance. So my answer is PQ whole square, which will be equal to 61. Right. Now you guys can observe the logic that I am using over here remains constant throughout the example, right? No matter what question I am solving. So if you can understand this, no matter what question comes our way, we can always solve it. Let us move on to the next example. So next example is the mirror image. Okay, fine. So I have to find the mirror image of a point with respect to this plane, right? Now plane is in the vector form, right? और अभी तक हम क्या कर रहे थे, प्लेन की इक्वेशन को कार्टेशियन फॉर्म में निकाल रहे थे. So normally what I do is I always remember everything in the Cartesian form. Whenever a vector form is there, I convert the vector form in the Cartesian form, because since our inception, right, since we are into the world of maths, हमने algebra देखा है, right? Vectors हमने बहुत late देखा है, so we are more comfortable with the algebra. Hence we'll convert this vector equation to the algebra. So how do I convert this? R dot 2i minus j plus k minus b is equal to 0. So replace r by xi plus yj plus zk, because r is a variable point in the plane. So I can assume it to be xi plus yj plus zk. So dot product with 2i minus j plus k will give me 2x minus y plus z minus b is equal to 0. So I got the equation of the plane, right? Now what do I have to do? The image of the point with respect to the plane is given. Okay, so I have this plane. So this is my mirror. There is a point P, 1, 3, A. इसका image निकाला इस plane में, वो आ गया -3, 5, 2. Right? Now each one of us knows about the image. If I am standing in front of a mirror, तो जितना मेरे और mirror में distance होगा, उतना ही distance mirror और मेरी image में भी होगा. And मेरे को और मेरी image को join करोगे तो we would be perpendicular to the mirror. So I know this would be perpendicular over here and these two will be equal. So these two are equal. This point R is basically the midpoint of PQ. How do I find the midpoint of any given 2 points? X1 plus x2 by 2, y1 plus y2 by 2 in 2D. In 3D it would be z1 plus z2 by 2 as well. So I will find the R coordinates. R would be -3 plus 1, that is -2 by 1, -2 by 2 is -1. 5 plus 3 is 8, 8 by 2 is 4, 2 plus a is 2 plus a, divided by 2 is 2. So I got the coordinates for R. Now what do I know about R? R lies on the plane, right? So R will satisfy the equation of the plane. So why not I put the values of R in the plane? So what do I get? Put R in this plane. So -2, -4 plus 2 plus a by 2 minus b is equal to 0. So this becomes -6 and you multiply by 2. So -12 plus 2 plus a minus 2b is equal to 0. So from here I got a minus 2b is equal to 10. Okay, no worries. So I got one equation in a and b. I need to find out modulus of a plus b. So I need to find out a and b, right? So for two parameters I need two equations. I got one equation. I need to think of another equation in a and b. Now one more thing I told you, right? The line joining u and the image will always be perpendicular to the plane. We have not used the perpendicular so far. We have just used the midpoint wala thing. So this line is perpendicular. But one more line is also perpendicular to the plane, the normal vector. So if this is perpendicular, I know the normal is also perpendicular. So in short, the normal and PQ becomes parallel. And if two vectors are parallel, their direction ratios would be in the same ratio, right? So n vector के drs कहाँ से निकालेंगे? We'll try to find out to the equation of the plane. So its dr are 2 minus 1 1 and PQ के dr कैसे निकालेंगे? Right? If 2 points are given and we have to find out the direction ratios, we say x2 minus x1, y2 minus y1 and z2 minus z1 would be the drs. So over here -3 minus 1, so that is -4. 5 minus 3, 2, 2 minus a. These are the dr of PQ. Now PQ and this n vector both are parallel vectors, right? So I can say their ratios, their direction ratios will be in the same ratio. So I can say minus 4 upon 2, minus 4 and 2, right? 2 upon minus 1 is equal to 2 minus a upon 1. Now you see, this is minus 2, this is also minus 2. So this should also be minus 2. So from here we'll get the value of a. So a will be equal to 4. Once I know the value of a, I can put this value in this, and from here I can get the value of b. So how much b would be? This is 4, so b is minus 3. Right? So a is 4, b is minus 3. We have to find out the modulus of a plus b. So modulus of a plus b would be how much? 4 minus 3 whole modulus, which is 1. So answer for this particular example would be 1, right? So I hope the concept for this is also clear, right? Now you can also observe once again the concept, the approach that I have followed over here. It's just the basic approach. I am not using anything of 3D geometry, this, flana, dika, right? I am just using or playing around with the basics. Stay with the basics, right? If you're staying with the basics, trust me, JEE Main, JEE Advanced would be a cakewalk for each one of you, right? And that is what we do at Infinity Learn or Sri Chaitanya, right? So come on guys, let us solve the next example. So now I have an example based on mirror image once again, right? S is a mirror image of the point Q, which is 1, 3, 4 with respect to a plane, and let R be a point on this plane, right? This is a typing mistake, on this plane. Then the square of the length of the line segment SR, right? बहुत सारी कहानी है. Let us try to comprehend what does this mean. So I have a plane. So this is my plane. Equation of plane is 2x minus y plus z plus 3 is equal to 0. S be the mirror image of a point Q. There is a point Q, 1, 3, 4. Its mirror image is S. So we don't know about S, so S be alpha, beta, gamma, right? Do I know about S? No. S be the mirror image of point Q with respect to the plane. Let R be a point on this plane. So R is some random point on this plane, right? Now comprehend this question correctly. बहुत बच्चे R इसको बोल देते हैं. It is not mentioned which is R. R is some random point. So do not mark this point as R. Let us mark this point as T. I have to find the square of the length of the line SR. SR. Okay, fine. So if I have to find the distance SR, I need the coordinates of S and I need the coordinate of R, right? तो चलो R में गामा दिख रहा है और S में अल्फा बीटा गामा, सॉरी गामा गामा सेम हो जाएगा, राइट? सो मैं अल्फा बीटा के ले लेता हूँ. आई होप के तो कहीं यूज नहीं हो रहा होगा. Chalo, right, now first of all, R lies on the plane. So basically I know the R will satisfy the equation of the plane. So replace these coordinates by the coordinates of R. So it is 2 into 3 minus 5 plus gamma plus 3 is equal to 0. So from here I get 6 minus 5 plus gamma plus 3 is equal to 0. 9 minus 5 is 4, so gamma is minus 4. So if gamma is known, right? So I know the R coordinate. So one half of the question is done. Let us find out the S. S is what? Mirror image, right? So I have to find the mirror image of this point Q. Now for the mirror image, there are two different approaches. One, if you know the formula, you can directly find the mirror image. If you don't know the formula, then you can use the same concept which I used in the last or the previous example, right? The midpoint of these two will lie on the plane, right? The dr of this line would be parallel to the dr of the normal vector. So from there also you can calculate the alpha beta k, or you can use the formula for mirror image. Now what is the formula for mirror image? X minus x1 upon a is equal to y minus y1 upon b is equal to z minus z1 upon c is equal to minus 2 ax1 plus by1 plus c upon a square plus b square, where ax plus by plus c is equal to 0 is the plane, x1, y1, z1 is the point or the object, and x, y, z would be your image. So I can write this, or I can use this formula to find out the image. So let me write x. What is x1? x1 is 1, right? Upon a, the coefficient of x, that is 2. y1 is 3, right? What is b? Minus 1. z minus 4 upon 1 minus 2. Now in the equation, the plane, this formula is similar to your 2D formula, right? So there has to be a z1 plus d. Right. If I remove these z terms, it becomes the image formula for the 2D lines, right? So right now it is 3D. So there it would be minus 2 into ax1 plus by1 plus cz1 upon d. So now minus 2. Now put x1, y1, z1 is this equation. How much I get? 2 into 1 is 2 minus 3 plus 4 plus 3 upon a square 4 b square plus c square. So how much is this? 6. 6 upon 6, this gets out. So I will have minus 2, right? Now how do I calculate x, y and z? So this part is equal to this, right? So I get x minus 1 is minus 2. So x will be equal to minus 4 plus 1. So minus 4 plus 1, that is minus 3. Y. Now this will be equal to minus 2. So plus 2 plus 2 plus 3 is 5. What is z? Minus 2 plus 4 is 2. So I got the coordinate for the image. So minus 3, 5, 2. So this is minus 3, 5, 2. And what is this? 3, 5. What was gamma? Gamma was minus 4. So I need to find out the SR, this distance. So I can use now the distance formula to calculate the answer. So what is the distance formula? Says your answer is under root of minus 3 minus of minus 3, 6 square 36 plus 5 minus 5, 0, 2 minus of minus 4, so 36. This becomes equal to root 72, right? So this would be my answer. Sorry, square of the length. So my answer is square of this length, right? The question says find the square of the length, not just the square. So your answer is 72, right? Now you can observe the approach that I have been solving to find out the questions that has already appeared in JEE Main 2021, right? Now we move on to the next example. Q be the foot of the perpendicular from a point P, right? So Q is the foot of the perpendicular, okay? So on the plane containing these two lines, I have to find the PQ. So now the equation of plane is not given. It is just given that the plane containing two lines, right? So if I have two lines, right? Two lines will always define one plane, right? Imagine two lines and then join these two lines, you will have a plane, right? So we are talking about that plane over here. So the question is, I have a plane, I have a two lines, right? So if I have two lines, then I have two fixed point, right? This is minus 1, 1, 3, and the dr of this is 6, 7, 8. This is dr. I have another line whose points are 1, 2 and 3, and the dr of this line is 3, 5, 7. Now Q is a foot of perpendicular, so Q is, there is a point P, 7 comma minus 2 comma 30. I draw a perpendicular on this plane, this is Q. I have to find out the PQ square, right? So I need to find out the length of perpendicular, right? In short, so length of perpendicular, we have the formula, right? But for that formula, I need to find out the equation of the plane, right? Now how to find out the equation of the plane? We'll go back to the first concept that I have taught you. In a plane, right, it is always normal is perpendicular to any vector in the plane. That is the only concept, right, as far as planes are concerned. So I need to find out a normal vector for this plane and a vector in the plane. So I will assume a r vector over here, right? R vector is any random vector. So I can join r to this vector or I can join r to this. So if I join r to this, right, this is A and this is r. So I get AR vector is r vector minus minus I plus j plus 3k, right? This is minus 1, 1, 3. So this position vector for A would be minus I plus j plus 3k. So AR vector would be R vector minus this, right? So I got one vector in the plane. Now I need the normal vector. How do I find the normal vector? I know the dr of two lines, right? And cross product of two vectors, what does it gives? Cross product of two vectors A and B gives you a vector perpendicular to both the vectors, right? So if I find out the cross product of these two drs, I will get a vector that is perpendicular to both these lines. That has to be the normal vector, right? So the normal vector n vector is nothing but the cross product of these two vectors. This is 6, 7, 8. So 6i plus 7j plus 8k cross 3i plus 5j plus 7k. So now I got the n vector, I got a vector in the plane, so I know these two vectors, the dot product would be 0. Right? So I can write, or let us we'll find out the vectors first and then we take the dot product, right? So I'll find out this vector. So R is xi plus yj plus zk. So x plus 1i plus y minus 1j plus z minus 3k. So I have replaced R vector by xi plus yj plus zk. So I got the vector in the plane. Now I'll find out this normal vector. So I have to take the cross product. How do I take the cross product? I, j, k, 6, 7, 8, 3, 5, 7. So I into 49, 49 minus 40, so this is 9, minus j, 42 minus 24, plus k, 30 minus 21, that is 9. So how much is this? 6, 18, right? So plus 18. So I can take 9 common, I'll have I minus 2j plus k, right? So I got this normal vector, right? Now this is the magnitude, this is the vector. Either you can take 9 or you can remove 9, because at the end I need to take the dot product, right? And I will do the dot product is equal to 0. So this is normal, this is vector in the plane. So I know AR vector dot n vector, this is equal to 0, right? So 9 will obviously cancel out. I have a 0 on the right hand side. So what does it becomes? X plus 1 into 1 minus 2 into y minus 1 plus z minus 3 is equal to 0. So how much is this? X minus 2y plus z plus 1 plus 2, that is plus 3 minus 3, this is equal to 0. Wonderful, right? There is no constant term. So this plane is basically passing through the origin 0, 0, 0, right? So now we have got the equation of the plane. अब क्या करना है? Perpendicular distance निकाल दो इस point से 7, minus 2, 13. So how do we find the perpendicular distance? Similar to the 2D formula, right? Perpendicular distance of a point from a line. So my answer would be 7, minus 2, 13. So 7, minus 2, 13 upon under root of 1 square plus 4 plus 1. 1 minus 2, 1, उनके square का sum, right? So this becomes 7 plus 13, right? That is 20, this is 24 upon a root 6, right? So this becomes 4 into root 6, right? So answer for this would be, I have to take square once again, right? So everywhere there is a square, right? No worries. So we'll put a square. So I'll get 6 into 16. Right. Now those who are wondering what I have done over here, I can give you the formula, right? So if the plane equation is ax plus by plus cz plus d is equal to 0 and a point x1, y1, z1, and you need to find out the perpendicular distance. So it will be given by, put x1, y1, z1 in the equation. So ax1 plus by1 plus cz1 plus d upon under root of a square plus b square plus c square. So I have used this formula of perpendicular distance of a point from a plane, right, over here to find out the answer. So now we can move on to the next example. The next example, let the point that the plane P passing through a point and contains the line. So now I know a point and a line. So let's see. So plane, I already have a point 3, 7, minus 7, and I know a line. So line will also give me one point, 2, 3, minus 2, and I know the dr of this line, minus 3, 2, 1, right? Now what do I have to do? The distance of the plane P from the origin is d, right? So distance of this plane P from the origin is d. I have to find the d square, right? So once again, perpendicular distance from the origin. So if I can get the equation of the plane, my job is done, right? Then I can use the previous formula to find out the perpendicular distance. Now how do I find the equation of a plane? Equation of a plane, remember, I need a normal vector, I need a vector in the plane. So I'll take a point R, right? I have a point, so I can join these two, right? From this, I can get an equation of a vector in a plane. This would be x minus 3i plus y minus 7j plus z plus 7k, right? R vector minus a vector. A vector's position vector is 3i plus 7j minus 7k. So when I do R vector minus a vector and I replace R vector by xi plus yj plus zk, this is what I get, right? So I have done it directly. This is something that we have done in the previous example as well. So I got the AR vector. Now we have to find the normal vector. The contest is always about the normal vector, right? How do I find the normal vector? So what do I have? I have a fixed point over here. I have not used this fixed point. I have a direction ratio of one line, right? So in the previous example, I had the two lines. So I did the cross product. I need to do the cross product again. So I had one dr. If I can get another dr, my job is done. So why not I join these two? If I join these two, right, 2 points in a plane, it becomes a line, right? So I can get the dr of this line. 3 minus 2 is 1, 7 minus 3 is 4, minus 7 plus 2 is minus 5, right? So I got dr of this line and dr of this line is given. So I can find out the normal vector, cross product of these two. So I, j, k, 1, 4, minus 5, minus 3, 2, 1, right? So from here we can get the normal vector. Let us simplify this. 4 plus 10, that is 14, right? Minus j. 1 minus 15, that is minus 14, plus k. 2 plus 12, 14. So once again I can take 14 out and I'll have I plus j plus k. This is normal vector, that is the vector in the plane. Now the dot product of these two will be equal to 0. So I will have an equation x minus 3 plus y minus 7 plus z plus 7 is equal to 0. So from here we'll get x plus y plus z is equal to 3, or x plus y plus z minus 3 is equal to 0, right? So I got the equation of the plane and I have to find out the distance from the origin, take the perpendicular distance, right? So my answer is, do I have to square this time? Yes, I have to square. So my answer would be, put 0, 0, 0, so it will be minus 3 upon under root of 1 square plus 1 square plus 1 square whole square, right? Because the answers, the question says find the square of the distance. So I have taken the square out directly. So minus 3 upon root 3 is root 3 whole square would be 3. So the answer for this particular example would be 3, right guys? So I think this one is also clear. So we can move on to the next part. Now see, two lines are coplanar. So if two lines are coplanar, as we already discussed, right? If there are two lines, right, then through these two lines I can make a plane, right? So if two lines are coplanar, then the value of k is, right? Now is it always necessary that two lines would be coplanar? No, not necessary, right? We can also get skew lines. How come skew lines? If you want to visualize skew lines, right, it is easy to visualize. You might be somewhere inside a room, right now. Now observe the floor and take the diagonal of that floor as one of the lines, right? So diagonal of the floor is one of the lines. Now look at the wall on your right hand side. Take a line which is not the diagonal, any random line on that particular wall, right, which is not intersecting the endpoints of a diagonal. Take any random line in between, right, on that particular wall. Now observe this line and the diagonal of the floor. These two lines will never intersect, right, nor they are parallel. So lines which are neither intersecting nor parallel will be known as skew lines. Now through these two lines I cannot make a plane, right. If you try to join them, they will not be contained in one plane, right. So two lines is not always coplanar. So if I have to find out the two lines to be coplanar, right, so what do? The concept is that if there are two skew lines, there will be some distance, right, between them. And if the two lines are intersecting, then the distance becomes 0, right. So we normally say if two lines are coplanar, then the distance would be 0, and we'll get the formula, which is box of B1, B2, A2 minus A1 is equal to 0, right. This is the concept. If two lines are coplanar, then B1, B2, A1 minus A2 is equal to 0. Now what are B1, B2? dr of line 1, dr of line 2, fixed point of line 1 or line 2, fixed point of line 1, right. So B1, B2, A2 minus A1 scalar triple product of this would be 0. So I can write this as in the form of determinant, right. Box is always determinant. The value of B1, what is B1? Directions. Direction of the line 1, 1, 2, 3. Direction of the line 2, 3, 2, 1. A2 minus A1, difference of their fixed points. This is minus 1, this is k. So minus 1 minus k. This is minus 2, this is 2. So minus 2 minus 2. This is minus 3 and 3. So minus 3 minus 3. This is equal to 0, right. Now from here I will solve this to find out the values of k. So all the terms are negative. So multiply this by negative. On the right hand side I have a 0. So I won't mind, right, multiplying this by a negative number. Why am I multiplying? So that everything remains positive, right, because with negative sign there is a possibility we might do a calculation mistake, right. So now over here, without using any property, just open the det, right. These are just the numbers. So I can find the value of det. This is 12 minus 8, so 12 minus 4 is 8 minus 2. Now how much is minus 2? 18 minus 1 minus k. So 17 minus k plus 3, 12 minus 2. So 3 into 12 minus 2 minus 2k. So 10 minus 2k. This is equal to 0. So we can solve from here. 8 minus 34 plus 2k plus 30 minus 6k is equal to 0. So 6k minus this becomes minus 4k minus 4, this becomes 4 is equal to 0. So from here I'll get the value of k is equal to 1. So I know the answer for this is k is equal to 1, right. So remember, this is the condition for two lines to be coplanar. The shortest distance between two lines, right, the shortest distance between two lines is basically distance between the skew lines, right. So distance between the skew lines d will be given as box of B1, B2, A2 minus A1, the same box that we use for coplanarity upon modulus of B1 cross B2. So this is the distance between two skew lines, right. And if the lines are coplanar, then I normally say d is equal to 0. If this is equal to 0, then this box is 0. That is what we have used over there. Now I have an equation of the line given in the Cartesian form, no, in the vector form. So I will convert each one of them into the Cartesian form. Now the Cartesian form, the first one basically is your fixed point, and the vector written after the lambda is your direction, right. So this is my direction, this is my fixed point, this is my fixed point, this is my direction, right. So we have to find out the value of alpha. So now distance is given as 9. So this is given as 9. So first I will find out the B1 cross B2, right. Let us find out B1 cross B2 first. B1 cross B2, this is I, J, K. What is B1 cross B2? B1, B2 are the directions, right? So 1, minus 2, 2, 3, minus 2, minus 2. So now solve this, you get I is equal to 4, 4 plus 4, that is 8, minus J, minus 2, minus 6, minus 8, plus K, minus 2, plus 6, 8I plus 8J plus 4K. Right, this is your B1 cross B2. So if I find out the modulus of B1 cross B2, it would be 8 squared 64 plus 64 plus 16. So this would be how much? 128, 138, and 144. So this becomes equal to 12. So I know B1 cross B2 is 12. So I can write this is 12, cross multiply this becomes 9 into 12, right? So now I have, this is B1, B1 was how much? 1 minus 2, 2. B2 is 3 minus 2 minus 2, and A2 minus A1 is the difference of the points, right? So minus 4 minus alpha, minus 4 minus alpha. There is no J, 0 minus 2, K, right? Minus 1 or 2. So minus 1 minus 2 is minus 3. This is equal to 9 into 12. So multiply with minus, you get remove this. So 1 minus 2, 2, 3, minus 2, 4 plus alpha, 2 and 3, and multiply this also with minus. So 2 minus multiplication, this remains as it is, right? So 108. Now I will open this particular determinant. So 1, how much is this? 6 minus 4, that is 2, plus 2. How much is this? Minus 9, minus 8, minus 2 alpha, plus 2, that is minus 6, minus 8, minus 2 alpha is equal to 108. Right, so from here we can calculate the value of alpha, right? So this is 2, 9, 17, so minus 34, minus 4 alpha. This is minus ka 14, so minus 28, minus 4 alpha is equal to 108. So I got 8 alpha is equal to, this is 2, so 32. This is 60, minus 60, so minus 60, this is minus 48. So alpha is equal to minus 6. Right, so we got the value of alpha, and that is what we need to figure out in this particular example. So this is how we can find out the distance between two skew lines. Now we move on to the next example. Let P be a plane containing these two lines, containing a line and parallel to the another line, right? So no worries, देखो plane एक line अंदर ही है, so 1 minus 6 और minus 5 ये point है उसके, इसका dr मुझे पता है कितना 3, 4, 2. And parallel to the line, the plane is parallel to another line. So line is not inside the plane, line is outside the plane. So do I have to do anything with the fixed point? No, right? Because the point will have no relation to this, but the direction will. So I'll just write in the dr over here. 4 minus 3, 7. Now 1 comma minus 1 comma alpha lies in the plane. Find the value of mod of 5 alpha. So first I have to find out the equation of the plane. For the plane equation, I will take a r point, right? I have a fixed point, I'll join this. So AR vector is given as x minus 1 into I plus y plus 6 into j plus z plus 5 into k, right? This is your AR vector. Now I need the normal. So I have one line dr, and this dr is also parallel to the plane. So if I take the cross product of these two drs, I'll get the normal over here. So how do I find the normal? Normal would be the cross product of these two vectors, I, j, k. This is 3, 4, 2. This is 4 minus 3. How much is this? 7. Right, the same concept I would be applying over here. So I would be 28 plus 6, that is 34, right? Minus j. 21 minus 8. So 21 minus 8 is 13, right? k minus 9 minus 16. Minus 9 minus 16 is minus 25. So I got 34i minus 13j minus 25k. Right, सेम कंसेप्ट, नॉर्मल वेक्टर में सेम अप्रोच से ही निकाल रहा हूँ बार बार. नॉर्मल वेक्टर आ गया, प्लेन में एक वेक्टर आ गया, दोनों का डॉट प्रोडक्ट जीरो होना चाहिए. तो यहाँ से क्या हो जाएगा मुझे 34 इंटू एक्स माइनस 1 माइनस 13 इंटू वाई प्लस 6 माइनस 25 इंटू z plus 5. This is equal to 0 and this is my equation of plane. Right? Once you have got the equation of the plane, now you have to find out the point alpha. Now what is alpha? 1 comma minus 1 comma alpha lies on the plane. So this will satisfy this equation. So from here I can write 34 into 1 minus 1 minus 13 minus 1 plus 6 minus 25 alpha plus 5. This is equal to 0. So this becomes 0, this becomes 5. 5 into minus 13 is minus 65. This becomes minus 125 minus 25 alpha. This is equal to 0. So from here I can say alpha is 60, 80, 90. So 190 upon minus ka 25. So I can divide this by 5. This would be minus 5. This would be 5 3s are 15. Then 40, 38. So alpha would be minus 38 by 5. So what is the value of mod of 5 alpha? Mod of 5 alpha would be minus 38. So my answer is 38. Right? Now if you can observe, right, the same thing I am repeating again and again. The equation of the plane is very simple. It is the vector, a vector inside the plane and a normal vector. Dot product of these two will be 0. You have to just find out the equation or the dr of the normal vector. That is it. Right. So now the next question, equation of the plane parallel to this plane. If two planes are parallel, then their normal vectors would be the same. Right. So the equation of a parallel plane, I can say x minus 2y plus 2z, because the normal vector would be the same. So the coefficient of x, y, z would be same, but this constant would be something else. Right. So this is the equation of the plane parallel to this plane. Now this plane is at a unit distance from 1, 2, 3. So I know the distance of this plane from a point 1, 2, 3 is 1. So I will use the distance. Right. So let us find out the distance. How much is the distance of 1, 2, 3 for this particular plane? So 1 minus 4 plus 6 plus lambda upon under root of 1 plus 4 plus 4 modulus is equal to 1. So from here I get 7 minus 4 is lambda plus 3 modulus. This is 3. So this goes on that side. This is equal to 3. So I'll have lambda plus 3 is equal to plus minus 3. Right. So from here I'll get lambda is equal to 0 or minus 6. Right. So I'll get the two equations of the plane, x minus 2y plus 2z, lambda is 0, or x minus 2y plus 2z minus 6 is equal to 0. And there has to be two planes, right? If the two planes are parallel, एक आगे एक पीछे, इस तरह से मेरे को दो planes तो मिलने चाहिए थे, दो planes ही आ रहे हैं. अब करना क्या मुझे, is ax plus by plus cz plus d, right? Now if b minus d is equal to kc minus a, तो दोनों के इसमें आंसर्स निकालने पड़ेंगे. फिर अपन को देखते हैं क्या क्या आएंगे. कुछ और तो अपन को दिया हुआ नहीं है, राइट? हाँ. सो b माइनस डी व्हाट इज, इस इक्वेशन के लिए निकालो पहले तो. b माइनस डी, दिस इज a b c, लिख लो पहले, कन्फ्यूजन हो जाएगा वरना. a इज इक्वल टू 1, b इज इक्वल टू माइनस 2, c इज इक्वल टू 2, d इज इक्वल टू 0. So what is b minus d? b minus d is minus 2. This is equal to k times c minus a. c minus a is equal to 1. So k is equal to minus 2 for this equation, right? Then for this we'll find out a is 1, b is minus 2, c is 2, d is minus 6. So what is b minus d? b minus of d, that is 4, is equal to k. c minus a. c minus a is 1. So from here I'll get k is equal to 4. So I got two values of k, right? K is equal to -2 and k is equal to 4. Now look at the question. Then the positive value of k. So I need to answer the positive value. He's not asking me the negative value. Otherwise there would be two values of k. So the positive value of k would be 4. So hence your answer for this particular example would be 4. Right, so with this, we have come to the end of this particular wonderful session on 3D geometry. I enjoyed it a lot, right? So I hope and I assume that you guys have also enjoyed it and you have learned the concept of 3D geometry, which is highly important from the exam point of view. Right, so this is our Telegram channel where we share the updates or the notes of this session or every other session and any other assignment. So you can join this Telegram group, you can ask your friends, right, who are preparing for IIT JEE. They can also join this particular channel and they can get the benefits of all these, lectures and notes. So with this, right, it's goodbye time from me, right? Take care, enjoy your day and keep learning with Infinity Learn. We'll meet same time tomorrow afternoon, right, at 2:30. So be there. Till then, enjoy your day.